This is Amber Lily, and you're watching Philippinenews.com.
For coming, and I especially want to thank the candidates for what you're doing, for running. You represent the best in the Filipino-American, and we want to thank you for stepping up and taking that chance and putting all your hard work into running for office. We're all behind you. We're all going to support you. And one other final thing I want to ask is that I know all of you are here. You're supporting them, and you've worked real hard. But I want to make the ask for them right now from the beginning. We can't just wish that this is going to happen for each and every one of them. We have to make it happen. And so what I'm asking is that all of you, I know there are envelopes going around, that you contribute just a little extra tonight to show your support. And if you can, fill out one of those cards and volunteer. Do what you can to help as much as you can. So thank you very much for stepping up, everybody. Thank you for being here. Good luck, everybody.
So I want to echo what Ray said. You know, we did not charge a cost to attend because we really believe that people will step up and help, and that's what happened. And there are many reasons why we ask you to be here. It is important that our candidates get elected. It is important that our voice, the Filipino voice, the Philam voice is heard. So there are many ways to support candidates. We have 15 candidates. So you can obviously get out your checkbooks or your credit cards. We have remit envelopes available for you. You can walk the precincts and volunteer, or e-blast the rally, e-blast the forward the e-blast that we had that had the websites of our candidates, so that they know that your friend, a Filipino-American, is running for office. So you're going to be hearing us talk about this tonight. So before we call our first candidate, well, actually he needs to leave. So I'd like to call our first candidate, who's going to be the first Filipino-American elected to the California State Assembly, Vice Mayor of Alameda, Bonta.
How are you? Good to see you today. I'm excited to be here. I'm very thankful and proud to be here today. It's a wonderful time. This is a wonderful expression of unity. Always campaigning here in the final days. But this is a wonderful expression of unity. So happy to be here with our titas and titos and ninangs and ninongs, and all of the support that's been shown, all of the mentorship that's been shown over the years is culminating as we approach this final week. And we're in the home stretch. We're in the final sprint. We have a lot of excellent Filipino-American candidates that have been working hard to be successful on November 6th. And it's been with the enormous support and the outpouring of support, the giving of time and money and resources and emotion from the Filipino-American community that has gotten us to where we are. And we've come a long way, and we have to remember where we came from. 30 years ago, Larry Acera ran for state assembly, was on the verge of being the first Filipino-American. We've had Henry Manayan run, Christopher Cabaldon, and each year we get closer. Each year we get better. Each year we get stronger. And this is the year. This is a historic year. For the state assembly, we have 3 great candidates running. Hopefully we'll get all 3 in. I believe we're going to make history this year. We're going to break that glass ceiling once and for all. We're going to take our seat at the table and get our voice in the room, what we fought for, what we deserve, and it's going to be wonderful. And I'm really excited about how far we've come together, and this is the time more than ever where we need to unify and come together. If folks can walk, if folks can call, if folks can give their time to help get over the top. Many of us are still in very tight elections, including myself. So if you can help us get over the top with that final push, it'll be enormously appreciated. So this is the year where we're going to show our strength. Are we going to win this year? Yeah! Are we going to show our Filipino-American political power? Yeah! All right, let's go win. November 6th. Thank you.
RobBonta.com. And don't forget, his mom is here. Where's Cynthia? There's Cynthia. Yeah! Of course, the mother he's going to have an open seat. So the next candidate I want to call is that person who's running for his seat. Where are you, Stuart? Dr. Stuart Chin, come here, running for City Council.
Magandang gabi ho. My name is Stuart Chin. Thank you very much. Like Marilee said, yes, I am going to run for Alameda City Council. Hopefully, I will fill in that succession plan and fill in Rob Bonta's empty seat. When he ran for Healthcare District Board, I supported him. When he ran for City Council, I supported him. I took over his Healthcare District, and now I want to run for Alameda City Council. Like you said, this is a banner year. This is historic. I'm so excited. 3 Filipino-Americans running for Assembly. How many times are you going to hear that again? This is historic. This is momentous. We need Asian Americans. We need Filipino Americans to get excited. We need them to come and vote. We want to be a force to be reckoned with, then we got to show them that we are a force. We are a united community. We need to come out. We need to show people that we vote. When I started running for the city council and when I started campaigning, I did not realize that the register of voters have this list. I mean, this is incredible. This list shows who lives in this residence. It shows how many times he voted. 4 out of 5, 6 out of 8. People know. Candidates know who you are. If you think, well, they're not going to know if I vote or not, guess what? They know. If you want people to care about your voice, about your issues, your concern, you need to exercise your rights to vote. They know who you are. How many voters in that house? How many people voted by mail? How many people voted by the polls? It's all public information. I encourage all the Filipinos, all the Asian Americans to exercise our right to vote. I hope you guys can support all the Filipinos. It's not easy running a campaign, and I did not realize the enormity of the work that's involved. All the forums, the debates, the questionnaires, and then you got a phone bank and walk the precinct. And on top of that, we work. I work 6 days a week. And it's just ridiculous the amount of pressure they put on the candidates. We put our lives on the line. We put ourselves on the front line for you, the Asian Americans, the Filipino. And all we ask is that you support us by voting. I ask you, I implore you guys, if you can find $100, $25, $50, running campaign is not easy. It's not cheap. And I have spent a lot of my money. I know all the candidates have put in a lot of loan, personal loan, and a lot of our seats are volunteer. And we're not here for the money. It's a passion. We want to serve. So I hope everybody come and vote for all of us and help us run this campaign. My name is Stuart Chin, stuartchin.org. I hope I can count on your support. Thank you very much.
Yes, get those checkbooks out. Where are the rebate envelopes? Let's get them out. Seriously, $10, $20 is really very important. I know there was one, Deli Punla, who actually sent her driver, who actually have envelopes for some of the candidates. Yeah, so those who couldn't make it actually sent envelopes. So I'd like to call on the first Filipino woman who was elected in San Francisco. She ran in 1978, I think. I'm not trying to age her, but she ran in 78. She ran for the San Francisco DCCC. I think she served for a couple of terms, and now she's a community activist, very involved. And so Rebecca Delgado Rockman with Academy of Art University.
Thank you. I wasn't looking forward to talking tonight. I am exhausted. My feet are killing me. I've been running around town, City Hall, trying to get a ticket to the parade tomorrow. Trying to pull all my connections. And guess what? Even Willie Brown does not have an invitation. I'm mentioning his name, but what Willie sent me here, no, he doesn't have an invitation. So, but you'll see him there tomorrow. Anyway, I am very, very excited to hear that we have the most record number of Filipino candidates in the Bay Area. This is so incredible. And we must do everything we can to help them, We must make those phone calls to your friends and ask your friends to do the same. And talk to, if you have little kids or high school kids, talk to them about it and have them talk to their parents about it. Really, 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 the Filipinos need to be recognized for our important contribution in this country. We are one of the highest consumers of clothes and shoes. And Louis Vuitton, don't forget that. But in any event, what I'm trying to say is that the Filipino people work very, very hard to be able to live a good life, to be able to help their families back home, to be able to send their kids to good schools. But let us not just keep it within those elements, within those confines. Let's expand it through our kababayan. You know, your kid, your grandchild would want to see Filipino faces on the screen, on their ballot, on the magazine, hear them on the radio, see them on TV. Okay? One thing, I work at the Catholic University, and one of the things that I noticed from our youth is that, and I heard about it today, that Lincecum did not want to be recognized as part Filipino. You know, I found that out today in City Hall. So, you know, I was a little bit disheartened when I heard that, but he's got his own issue, and he needs to get through that. But in any event, some of the Filipino kids are not very proud to say that I'm a Filipino. You know, some of them, not all, because I have seen a lot of Filipino families who are really digging, instilling that in their minds. But my point is, we want our youth to really look up to the Filipinos and say, yes, I am a Filipino. Let's give them that spirit, let's give them that pride, that we matter, that we are special, that we're intelligent, that we are making decisions that are affecting all of our lives, everybody's lives. And we can do it. We are smart, we are good looking, we are happy. We are so happy. We have such great humor. We've got money. I know we've got money. My God, we're working 2-3 jobs. We can afford to get Louis Vuitton. Heck, $100 is not a big deal. So each one of you, I'd like for you to write a $100 check, okay, to these candidates that are here today. That's a must. I'm writing mine. I'm writing my checks. I'm not telling them though. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Okay? So envelopes, everybody, please, we've got to do it. And go Filipinos!
So I even would like to do it better. I want you to look at your shoes and look at the value of your shoes, even if it's on sale, and that should be the amount of the check that you're going to write to the candidates, right? So we do have 15 running. I just want to run through them. We have 3 for State Assembly. You heard Rob Bonta, Jennifer Ong, Chris Mateo. We have 1 running for mayor for re-election, Joe Esteves for Milpitas. We have 4 running for city council. You heard Stuart Chin. We have Jim Navarro is here. We have Henry Almonte and Gary Barbadillo. Henry Almonte is in San Leandro City Council. Gary is in Milpitas City Council, and Jim Navarro in Union City. We have 1 city clerk for Dane City, Rebecca. We have 2 for the school board, Thelma Boat from San Jose, came all the way from San Jose. We have 2 running for school board, community college board, Wendy Ho. Where's Wendy? She's only, there she is, she's only about 30, our youngest candidate. And then her opponent is actually Rudy Nassau, who's running. Okay, you don't want to mention him, but he's Filipino in the spirit of giving and sharing. And then, there's one other school board, Vince Kawayan. So, and then Alex Del Campo, I think the first Filipino to run for over $100,000, but it is a $300,000 race in LA City Council. So after this election, we're going to hit you again to help support Alex de Ocampo. But talking about the power of the Filipinos, I was on the San Francisco Redistricting Task Force, and we found that there are 36,000 Filipinos just in San Francisco alone, and the highest concentration of Filipinos are in District 11. So we actually can elect our first supervisor in San Francisco, because the last supervisor, he won with only 6,000 votes, and there are over 10,000 Filipinos in District 11, and I'm hoping that Al Perez, who lives in District 11, will one day think about running for supervisor. Do we give him permission? Okay. Yes, Al. It's time. It's our time. It's Phil Amstein now. So talk about Pinay power. We're our first Filipino elected, so we're going to call our first Filipino woman to be elected to the State Assembly, Dr. Jennifer Ong.
So this is so funny. There's Al getting encouraged to run for supervisor, and he's going like this. I'm like, nod your head, don't shake your head. All right, so I want to share that 3 years ago, there was a woman that was driving with me in the car, and she was driving me to Stephanie Ong Stillman's event. She was with Hope Road Consulting, and this woman says to me, we're going to go to this event, everybody's running for office, and I want you to think about running for office someday, but aim high, she says. That was Marilee Mondenhar, okay? And I tell you, when you have a woman that knows what it is to empower other women, that's something so unique. And I listened to Marilee. I really listened to her. So I aimed high. State Assembly, I beat the mayor of Union City in the open primaries. He runs for everything. So we're on our way, okay? This is a big deal, because, you know, to come here, and some of you have heard my story, I'll tell it to you again because it's so important. This is a story that a lot of you share. You have parents that came here, they were college graduates, professionals in the Philippines, but they come here and they start all over again. My mom sold hot dogs at the Oakland Coliseum. She was an accountant at GSIS. My dad was a grocer at Lucky's. He was a businessman in the Philippines and took care of our family business. But they took that chance because they wanted a better life for us. So we shared one bedroom, all 7 of us, and they put 4 kids through college. That's the American dream. Nananaginip pa ako. Is this a dream? Because the American dream lives in me, it lives in all of you. And that's what I want to make sure of, is that I do my part so that your children also have the American dream still continue. We're doing it for you. We're doing it for our elders because they did their part, and they deserve to have the respect of having policymakers who give dignity to the lives of others. So Ate Alice, thank you so much for inspiring us, and we'll when you're thinking about the first Filipina, the first Filipino for anything, what it also means is you do something that Marilee has done. When you say first, it means you take someone with you and behind you, and somebody follows. Otherwise, you're the only one. It's very lonely to be the only one, okay? So please always be what Marilee has shown me, take someone with you. Salamat.
So next year, I'd like to come up here and announce the second Filipino to be elected to the State Assembly, or at least in a couple of years, because it's a two-year terms, I think. Am I? Oh, maybe 4 years now. They just passed that thing. Is it 4? Yeah, okay. So it's now 4 years. So we'd like to be able to introduce the second Filipino. So we have the support of not just the Filipino-American community, but also of the entire community, especially in San Francisco. And where we are is actually a district under District 3, and the supervisor of this district is here to greet us and to give us a message. And he happens to also be the president of the board of San Francisco, board of supervisors in San Francisco, David Chiu.
welcome. How are we doing tonight? Are we going to win next Tuesday? All right. 4 years ago, when I ran for office for the first time in San Francisco, it was a dark chapter in Asian American history. The only Asian who was serving on the board at that time was my colleague Chiu, who had just been appointed to fill in for an Asian American supervisor who had been led out of City Hall in handcuffs. And today, 1/3 of San Francisco's Board of Supervisors is Asian. We have an Asian mayor, and we serve with an Asian mayor across the bay. But the reason we are here is our work is not done, right? Yeah. We have to elect 14 Filipino candidates. And let me tell you something. This has been a giant week for San Francisco. But I think we have a giant Filipino-American team that is going to win together next Tuesday, right? I'm not going to figure out which one of these candidates is Panda or Romo or Lincecum. Well, actually, all of you guys are Lincecum, right? But I do know we have an incredible depth. We have an incredible field of talent all over the Bay Area. And it is an honor for me to support all of you because we are all brothers and sisters in this together. Whether we are Chinese or Japanese or Korean, whether we are South Asian, Southeast Asian, or Filipino, we've got to come together. And so I just wanted to also say one last thing, which is being a candidate is not easy. The reason I'm late today is my consultant called me as I was biking from City Hall and said, David, I'm up for re-election next Tuesday. They just dropped another negative hit piece on you, and it's full of lies. But I'm going to be fine next Tuesday. The more important thing is there are 14 candidates, most of whom are running for the first time, who need your help. They need your time. They definitely need your money because we need ground troops on the ground walking in every single one of these districts. We need air cover in the mail and on radio and TV. This is the only way this is going to happen. Right, Alice Boulos? Yeah. Yes? You've seen how this is done. You have been really the godmother for so many of us, helping to support us get this done. So I just want to say, let's hear it for a world champion next Tuesday for the Filipino-American community here in the Bay Area. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, David. So we have another state assembly candidate who drove all the way from, I don't know how to pronounce it, Lathrop, California. Lathrop? Is that how you pronounce it? I forgot to check in with him. Lathrop, California, drove all the way here with the president of the chair of the Filipino Women's Network, Elena Mangajas. And so we'd like to welcome him because we want to support him and we want to make sure that he's going to win on Tuesday. Mateo.
Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, Lathrop is down there in the valley. I'm from the valley, and it's about 80 miles away from San Francisco. I'm presently the vice mayor of Lathrop right now, and I decided to run for state assembly because I have a couple of messages. As a Filipino-American, I haven't seen much candidates, let alone elected officials. And that worries me. As you know, my hair is getting gray. And there's something about Filipino-Americans. They're too proud that they're so independent, or that they're I really don't know. But the message is for the children, the next generation, please participate and do represent our ethnicity, that we may thrive as Filipino Americans. And also, the second message is for the retired people. This is how I got into politics. Never in my life did I wanted to go into politics. I was mathematically inclined. But when I retired from the Postal Service, I didn't have anything better to do, so I thought, why not serve the community? Lo and behold, I threw my hat in the ring, and I am seated an incumbent council member in Lathrop. So that's just the start of my political career. But hopefully it won't end here. The other message that I was talking about is the retired people. If you don't have anything better to do, it won't hurt. Just throw your hat in the ring. You know, it won't cost you anything. Speaking of cost, yes, I'm here to collect. It's not that much a vote that I can get from you guys. So money will be pretty much appreciated. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Another microphone. So we go to the South Bay. We go, well, before we go to the farther South Bay, I think we need to go to our neighbor, the capital of the Philippines in San Francisco area, Daly City.
South Bay, can we get those signs?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go over there. You know, you just sort of cross the freeway, and we have someone, another woman, who's actually running for a position that is very important in the government, of any government, because she is going to be, she knows what's happening in that government, and that person is Rebecca De La Cruz.
Marilyn and Al, and everyone who had participated here in the film rally, and to everyone, to all of you. I'll make this short because Daly City Clerk, if you want to know what it is a conduit of the residents to the City Hall. It is the place where people go for information. It is also the archivist for the city. It also holds it becomes a custodial seal custodial for the city and becomes the election officer of all the municipal elections. I'm running for Daly City Clerk because I'm already there. I'm doing the tasks and the responsibilities as a city clerk. And then when I notice that there are certain things that I know I can do and I can go beyond, because I have experiences through customer service and administration. I used to work for the airlines, and we do passport processing in our office now. And I really feel sorry for a lot of those clients that you can tell that they're just so scared, they don't know what to do. So, and I know that I can help them. So what I do, I really listen to their situations, and I tell them, okay, this is what you do. Because some of them, I'll just give one quick sample. There's some children that were brought here 6 months, and the parents never fixed their papers. So then they're being hired to work for federal jobs, but they can't because they cannot prove they're citizens. And then I know how to go about it. They don't even know what an NSO. NSO is the National Statistics Office. That's the only paper, the only paper document that the passport agency is recognizing. So I painstakingly have to teach this 23, 28-year-olds how to do it, because I feel sorry that if I don't help them, they're not going to get the job. And what will happen? They're just going to be hanging around, hanging out of their homes and no jobs. So those are the things that I saw that I thought that I can, I will run as a city clerk, because if they tell me that I cannot do, like they're telling me you can't do that with social services, or you can't do ways then, if I'm a city clerk, then I can go beyond, you know. So that's what I'm here for. Please tell your family and friends in Daly City to vote for me, the next city clerk of Daly City, Rebecca Televis-Hudson.
Thank you, Rebecca. There is an important measure that we need to know about, which actually affects San Mateo County. So I want to call Chris Punumbayan to talk about Measure B.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Punumbayan. I'm an attorney with the Asian Law Caucus, just up the street here in San Francisco. We're the nation's oldest Asian-American legal civil rights organization in the country. And there is an important civil rights issue just next door in San Mateo County. How many of you know that San Mateo is the only county in the state of California that conducts their elections at large? Well, a couple people in Daly City, San Mateo, know this because this is an important issue for the Filipino community, for the Latino community, for the immigrant community at large. What Measure B would do for this November's election, Measure B will change the election system from an at-large system to a district system. The district system will allow more local control. It will lower campaign costs because candidates won't have to run in the entire county. They'll only have to run in their district. It will promote more diverse voices on the county level. We'll be able to see Filipino-Americans in the county, the halls of the county. And this is what we need to see to make sure that the community's interests are represented on the county level. So, how many people here are from Daly City? All right. How many people here? Anyone from South City, South San Francisco? All right. Burlingame. All of you who are here from those areas in San Mateo, please vote yes on Measure B. If you got a family member or you know somebody who lives in San Mateo County, we need you to make sure that they know about Measure B. Measure B is only on the ballot because there was a lawsuit that was brought by civil rights organizations against the county. So we have had no money to promote Measure B. We've had no, this is the flyer right here. This is it. There's 100 copies going around, so take one. We really need a grassroots effort to pass Measure B and make sure that there's more diversity at the county level in San Mateo. So please vote yes on Measure B.
So just to give perspective to those of you who are from San Francisco, this is what San Francisco has become district elections. So when I said earlier that I'm hoping that, or encouraging that Al will run, because it also shows representation. So there are over 10,000 Filipinos in District 11. And then there's about, I guess, 6,000, or maybe almost 6,000 or 4,000 in District 6. Do you know that there are Filipinos in every district in San Francisco? In good numbers, and we could actually elect Filipino-Americans in those districts. This is what the Measure B is about. So I hope for those of you in those areas, do vote for Measure B, yes for Measure B, so that we have more Filipinos represented and get a chance to do that. So we're going to go South Bay, San Jose. I know this person very well. As a matter of fact, a lot of people know her. She is a retired principal, just like Chris Mateo. She retired last year, didn't know what to do, and so now she was drafted by many of the Board of Education, sitting commissioners of the Board of Education in San Jose to run for school board. Thelma Boa!
Thank you, my FWN sisters and brothers. Thank you very much, and to all of you who are here this evening. Anyway, yes, I'm one of those retirees that really did not know what to do after I retired, but that's not really true. That's not really true, because right after I retired from the Eastside Union High School District, I was recruited by San Jose State University to join their College of Education to train the new teachers who are working on their credentialing for the state of California. So my job is to make sure that they are there ready and prepared to take over the classroom and be wonderful and excellent teachers of the future. But many of them sat me down and said, population of the city of San Jose. You all know the way to San Jose, right? And I found out that this is hard work. It really is hard work, because can you imagine walking from north to south of San Jose, and the city of San Jose is extremely large. On top of that, I found out that I can't really walk just about from here to there, covering 12 high schools and several charter schools and SBNs. By the way, SBNs are really called small but necessary, and these are students who can't make it in either one of the continuation school. So we created these SBNs, and they're everywhere. It doesn't matter what district you're in. But anyway, just to let you know that the city of San Jose is not only that it is extremely large, it's really unbearable to be walking all the precincts. And I'm just so thankful to my 15 volunteers. And by the way, they said, we will, if you run, we will do the volunteering, and they are volunteering. My campaign manager is here, and his name is Clarence Madralejo, who happens to be one of my students at Independence High School. And he's here. And I want to let you know that I'm very proud to be in this group of 6 other candidates who are running in the city, in the county of Santa Clara, which of course San Jose belongs to the county of Santa Clara. There's 6 of us. So if all of us are successful, we would have the largest Filipino electeds all over the place. I'm sure all over the United States. So that should be something that we can work toward, and hopefully that all of you can support us. We are not doing this for the money, believe me. Public service is exactly what it is. You serve and you earn 0. However, I need your money, okay? I want to thank all of you. So I'm passionate about education. There are so many challenges that face education today. For those of you who have children, grandchildren, just remember this, that we are facing a terrible challenge in terms of budget cuts, in terms of closing the achievement gap. If you don't know what that is, the closing the achievement gap, these are students who are not doing very well, and then we need to provide services for them, but we can't do it without any money at all, without any resources, and also providing a safe learning environment for all of our students. My job is to make sure that I have the power to make sure that our students have access to quality education. That's the number 1. That is something that all of us must do. That is something that we all have moral obligation to. Education is the key to success and the key to empowerment for all of us Filipinos. Thank you very much.
In the South Bay, in San Jose. Wow. And all she needs are really 40,000 votes to win. So if we can get all those 40,000 Filipinos to vote for Thelma, she's going to make it. But also for Wendy Ho, running for the Community College Board, also in San Jose, Evergreen. Oh yeah, so she has her there. Wendy, the youngest candidate amongst all 14.
Good evening. Let's try that again. Good evening. What a beautiful crowd. It is an honor and a privilege to be here tonight. I am not a retiree. Just making that clear, just so people can tell. Just starting my life. But none of this would be possible had it not been for the sacrifices of those who came before me. Many of you here tonight share the immigrant story that my parents had. They were immigrants from the Philippines, sought a better life for their children, me and my brother. And none of this would have been imaginable had it not been the support of our strong families and our strong community. And we have a real opportunity next Tuesday to make history, to really impact lives. I will will be the first Filipina and the first Asian American female on my community college board. That should be celebrated. It's something I do not take lightly. And I know that I am just paying it forward for that next generation. I am the demographic that is going to inherit this community. And if we're not at the table making those decisions, one of the congressmen I used to work for always used to like to say, if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu. So let's be at the table. So let's go out, let's walk those precincts. I've been walking precincts for Thelma, and believe me, it's not easy because, again, her district is half of San Jose. My district, it's a community college district, which pretty much spans all of San Jose and a little bit of Milpitas. And it's huge. Rudy Nasal, who I should clarify, is running in the northern part of the district. We are not running against each other, so we will have 2 Filipinos on the board. Woohoo! That is something to celebrate. But we can't do it without your help. So do what you can. Walk precincts. Phone bank. We need to get our voices heard, because if it's not up to us, then who will? Thank you very much.
Make sure that you think of Wendy and tell your friends to vote for her. We need young people like her. So we're going to go across the bay for San Leandro. That's where a lot of our members, live. Running for city council, Hermie Almonte.
Thank you, Marily, for your leadership to put this event together tonight. And my name is Hermie Almonte, and I'm running for San Leandro City Council. And I'm running against an incumbent, so he captured all the endorsements. But I'm lucky to have the endorsements of the Daily Review, Costos, Vice Mayor of Union City, and Dr. Stuart Chin, who is running for City Council in City of Alameda. And Jim Navarro is one of my mentor. That's why I'm running for City Council here, because the last time I talked to him, Hermie, the next step you need to run is City Council. That's why I'm here tonight. I'm running for City Council. I was elected in 2008, the first Filipino-American to be elected in the school board, and it's a landslide victory. So, being optimistic here, if the 13,000 voters of San Leandro will vote again this time, plus the supporter of the mayor, the Filipino community, the Hispanic community, the African American community, I will say you are all invited to my house on Tuesday, and we'll celebrate. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you, Hermie. So there's another elected official that we would like to call, and from Union City, Vice Mayor Pat Gacostos.
Yeah, I'm not running for election, but I'm here to honor all the candidates and tell you a little bit about the experience. I think all of you running for office are crazy. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of problems to encounter, but I admire you for your passion to run anyway, to run a good campaign. But you are crazy. And the first time I ran, I was asked, "What is your vision as a school board member, to become a school board member?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what is your vision." So I asked this person who asked me, and he said he doesn't know either. So anyway, congratulations on Tuesday. I know you are going to win, and you do not also only support our Filipino candidates, but support those who support the Filipino causes. Okay? Okay, and I have a co-council member here, Jim Navarro, who is going today for re-election. I hope you will support.
Yeah, go Jim! Thank you, Pat. All right. Good evening.
And thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm so honored to be here. But before I start, I'd like to recognize this young lady who's really inspired me 16 years ago when I ran for school board. And that is this young lady's Mrs. Alice Bullis. She has given me support ever since. She's encouraged me. She said never give up, and here I am today. I started as a school board member with Pat Kokoska, as a matter of fact. She's now my vice mayor this year. And if you don't know where Union City is, we're in the middle of Oakland and San Jose. We're about 72,500 in population and about 37% Filipino. So we're quite large. I think we're second to Daly City, if I'm not mistaken, if not Malaya. But anyway, this is where I grew up, the city. I came here in 1959 when I was 9 years old, where you can still count the Filipinos with your 2 hands. But now look at this, we are a majority in the city, and I'm really happy to see a lot of you running for office. And we have a young generation coming up, and please encourage them. And as a former school board member, I used to come home black and blue from the teachers' union, not agreeing what I decided to do. As a matter of fact, 1 year they wanted to raise where we were laying off, and so I didn't agree with that. So they sent about 30 teachers in my front yard and picketed me, and so I expect that to happen. About the money. It is so expensive to run this time, you know, with all the costs going up. So if you can find in your heart to dig deeper, it is really appreciated because it's so expensive to run. And without your support, a lot of us won't make it. I'm fortunate that I'm done with asking for money, but for those that still need some money to pay for their lawn sign, their mailers, because we have to get our message out there, please do so. We really need your help. Okay, once again, Marilyn, thank you so much for being here, asking us to be here for this organization, and also Al. This is really a wonderful organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, for re-election, Jim Navarro for re-election. So are there any, the other candidates in the Bay Area have arrived? Are they still here? Because I'd like to, at the end of our program, to get all the candidates up here so we'll have a group photo. You know, Filipinos like photos, Kodakan, Facebook. But I'd like to go across, you know, Southern California. Let's go over, and we have one other young Filipino candidate running for Los Angeles City Council. Is JR here? JR, are you here? To represent Alex de Ocampo. Has he left? Okay, he was here earlier. But I just wanted to pitch Alex de Ocampo. He works for the foundation of Univision, the Saban Foundation. I think he was one of the 10 young women and men who were selected by the Philippine Embassy and were sent to the Philippines. These are second, third generation young women and men. And Alex decided to run. He was with me in the APA leadership project last year, and he decided to run for city council. And I really wish that, you know, his election cycle is March. And so, as I said, you know, money needs to, it runs the fuels the campaign. So I'd like to pitch Alex de Ocampo. You'll be hearing from us about him again. And earlier he had a surrogate, somebody to represent him. So let me just close, we'll sort of close, of why we're here. And I'd like you to leave some thoughts for you to consider. I'd like you to look around you, look at the person next to you, or look at yourself. Look at yourself and think about, should I run for office? Should I consider public service? Don't wait to retire. Be like Wendy, be like Rob and Jennifer and Stuart and, you know, all the other candidates who actually have day jobs and businesses. here and help their communities. We give you permission to run. I never imagined that I'm going to run for office. I ran for the San Francisco Democratic Party. I thought I could do it. I never imagined I would do it. I was asked to run. I didn't even think I needed permission to run, but I actually was asked to run. And it was really difficult, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I garnered almost 8,000 votes. I didn't realize there are 8,000 people who like me. Here in San Francisco, but it's just amazing how empowering it is. Just like all of the candidates have said, it's a lot of hard work. You have to think of your 2-minute pitch, the questionnaires, the money you have to raise, the things that you have to do. But I will tell you, it's the best thing that ever happened to me because I rediscovered myself and my community. A lot of people also thought that I'm Latina, which was okay because my real name is Maria. And they actually stopped me in the street. I voted for you, Maria Mondejar. I go, oh, thank you. And they started speaking Spanish to me, and I said, poquito. But that's good because every vote counts. I also have to say that I had the most write-in votes. A lot of Filipinos couldn't find my name, so they wrote my name anyway, which is good. So if you can find the name of your candidate, write their name because it will be counted. So that was also surprising. I didn't know that you could do that. But the other thing that I also want to say is really support. I know we've been asking you for money, but I also was one of those who hardly write a check because I thought, I don't know. I don't have enough to really pay for my bills, but that really means a lot. I have to tell you, I look forward to all the checks that I receive and all the, the support. And it really means a lot, whether it's $10, $20, $50, of course, the more the better. But it really does help get the word out. And if you are not able to help financially, I really encourage you to e-blast, forward the emails, let your friends know in the districts that our 14 candidates are running, that you know someone, and ask them for their vote and ask them for the support. So you donate, you volunteer, and try to do precinct walking. I know the first time I did, I had to throw away my shoes and I had to put up my feet for a week trying to walk the precincts, but it was also good because that was actually the time when I happened to stop by Steve Jobs' house. I was with Al, and I didn't realize Steve Jobs came out. We were actually in his house. I mean, this was the end of the line for us in Palo Alto, so that made my day because I felt like, oh, so this is his house, and I actually met him and his daughter. So do precinct walking. It will help you understand neighborhoods. The most important thing of gathering you all over here is really about uplifting the image of the Filipino-American community. We need that. We need people to be proud. This week, when that guy, Terry White, said that we are racist, why are we doing this? It really made me feel that of all the work that we've done, they still consider us a minority. And it's time to stop that because we need to really develop our political elite. We need our voice. As Wendy said, you want to be part, you want to have a seat at the table because if you don't, you'll be part of the menu. You don't want to be part of the menu, right? You don't want to be like the lumpia, the chicken wings, and the noodles that are up there. You want to be the person maybe cooking and paying for those, right? So seriously, we need to uplift our Filipino-American image. We need to participate in the political process. We need more of you. It is just amazing. I'm really blown away that 14 of our Filipino sisters and brothers have taken the time to run for office this election cycle. We need that Phil-Am voice because, as somebody said, when Al and I started this Phil-Am rally, people will say, oh no, they're competing against each other. It's very hard to get Filipinos together. But you know what? You guys showed up. So I declare all of you the Filipino elite. Because the bigger, it's not really about between you and me. We may not agree on our political beliefs. I know we have a Republican here who is with the Republican Triple C. And we may not agree with Rubia Sir Sean, but he's Filipino and he's uplifting our image in the Republican Party. This is not us though. She's leaving her meeting to come and talk to you guys. But I just want to really reiterate again my own chant that it's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. So can I hear you say that? It's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. It's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. It's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. It's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. When? Now. It's time. It's our time. It's time for Philams now. So thank you so much. There's more food and it's time to eat.
Thank you guys for coming. This is just the
I'd like to get a picture. Picture from all the candidates. Please come here. If the candidates are here. Still here? Candidates, please come forward. We should have done this in the beginning, I guess. This is exciting. Oh, there's Henry. Is Jennifer still here?
I'm talking different now. Let's go.